Carla, why are you wearing 5 t-shirts?
It's one for each decade, thanks to www.badfishmerch.com.
What have you got?
I've got Pink Lady for the 70s, Choose Life for the 80s, Girl Power for the 90s, I Survived Y2K for the noughties, and this one here, this is the last one, I Do It Gangnam Style for the 2010s.
Okay, firstly, classy. Secondly, I didn't need to see that was the last one. Put it away.
Oh, sorry. But anyway, here's the great news. With our discount code RERUN, customers can get 10% off all t-shirts, hoodies, and more.
Wait, but can they do any slogan?
Yep, or any picture. They can use loads of different vinyls, such as glow in the dark, don't use that in the cinema, metallic, reflective, rainbow, and loads more.
Oh, right. Better go over to www.badfishmerch.com with that promo code RERUN then.
Absolutely. But first, these people have got a show to listen to. Cue the intro.
Hello, thank you for choosing to listen to Number One Rerun. We are Zoe and Carla, and each episode we get pop culture nostalgic after asking the listeners one simple question. Give us a date.
That's right, and this time we are heading back to the 29th of September 2014. Let's go! Hello Zoe.
Hello, Carla.
So as we just said, this week we are talking about the 29th of September 2014. So we've come nearly bang up to date, haven't we? This is the only one we've done in the 10 so far, other than your daughter Esme's birthday.
And yet again, a September date.
We've had a few September dates, and if this goes in order, the next one will be a September date too. So there's lots of people having birthdays around September, which we will let you draw your own conclusions to.
Yeah, if you're a fan of September, then you're laughing, aren't you?
If you're Earth, Wind and Fire, you're going to be loving it.
You're an idiot. I was just thinking that, and I was thinking that is not a reference we can use. No one is going to know that one.
One for the oldies. So this one is for Matt, who is an Englishman living in California. And he found us via Twitter, which is very nice. And he got in touch and sent us a date. And this one is his son's birthday.
Which is nice, isn't it?
I think so.
I think so too.
Good. Now we've agreed that that's nice and we like Matt. Shall we crack on and see what the number one in the UK was at this time?
Yes, let's.
It was Bang Bang by Jessie J, Ariana Grande and Nicki Minaj. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm probably not their target market. And Jessie J, she's a bit too old, isn't she, to be with those two? Isn't that like having their auntie on stage with them?
Well, I think Jessie J's a bit cooler in the States than she is here. I mean, especially now she's going out with Channing Tatum.
Mm-mm.
She's elevated her status. And I think probably at the time, she was probably the most famous of the three.
We're looking at it with hindsight, aren't we, here? This is what's happening. We're looking at it not as it was at the time. Because until she appeared on The Voice, and we actually... I never watched The Voice, so I'm literally going on reviews I know of her, that she didn't come across particularly well, personality-wise.
No, she was awful. Yeah,
like I said, I didn't see her on it. But I never really got into Jessie J's music in particular. I've got nothing against her. Not my cup of tea.
Agreed. Not really my cup of tea. She's fine in general, but I do really like the song. I like a bit of a banger every now and again.
Too old to say banger.
Let's say I like a tune.
A tunage.
No, not a tunage. Just a tune. But anyway, this is a good tune.
I'm not really bothered by it. So Ariana Grande, we like, nice girl. We won't go into all of her
Woes.
problems all of the horrible things that's happened to her, because she's a good kid and she's had a horrible time of it, and she should be enjoying being a pop star without having to deal with any kind of responsibility and all the horrible things that's happened to her. So
yeah, she's too young to have to deal with all of that.
I think so. So we'll just say that we like her and we'll leave that. And then of course Nicki Minaj.
Now, her music I don't really appreciate.
I will say this, that she's got one song, and I kept on hearing it in Geordie Shore, so that'll tell you the kind of song it is.
Yeah.
Pound the Alarm.
Oh, that is a good song.
Yeah, but whenever it comes on, I've got it on like a Spotify playlist. I think it's like in your 2010s playlist, and I try so hard to rap along to it, and I just can't do it.
Oh no, it's very fast.
Very fast. Very, very fast. And I know all the words. I just can't physically say them quick enough. I'm like spitting all over the windscreen. I need like wipers on the inside when that song comes on. It's disgusting.
It's, you know, who's the more recent version of that is Cardi B.
Oh, I was talking about her earlier to my friend Holly. She said that she's the most relevant person in music right now. And then I said, don't be silly. And she said, name someone else. And then I couldn't because I'm old. And she said, there you go. I mean, I don't know. Anyone that's called Cardi, I just think cardigan. So I don't know how she pulls that off.
I don't know why she's called that. Do we know why she's called that?
Is it short for something?
Why is Cardi B?
Just how long it's taken you to type it proves your age.
Cardi B. Her stage name is derived from a liquor brand. Oh, Bacardi.
Oh, we're so stupid.
Well, why would we have known that?
I don't know.
Anyway, we're not talking about Cardi B. We're talking about Nicki Minaj.
I don't know why. My mum was watching music channels years ago, and she said, have you heard of someone called Nicki Minaj? And I said, no.
Why did you correct her?
I can't have my mum going around talking about Nicki Minaj. Anyway, on to the film. So the number one film in the USA on this date, Gone Girl. Oh, I'm going to put something out there that might surprise you, Zoe.
Go on.
I think this is the greatest film of the last 20 years.
What?
I said it might surprise you.
What?
Okay, I didn't think it'd surprise you that much.
Tell me more.
Well, tell me another film that's been greater than this in the last 20 years.
Oh, well, that's an unfair question. That's like the Cardi B question that Holly asked you.
I really loved it, and it's one of the few films that I own on DVD, because I don't really buy DVDs much unless I really, really like the film now because of streaming.
No, I understand why you don't. You didn't need to explain to me in case I didn't understand. You know that streaming thing that kids are doing nowadays?
Yeah, I just thought it was fantastic. And I was one of the only people possibly didn't know the story, because I know the book was really big. I didn't read the book.
That was my problem, that I'd read the book.
Ah, that's the thing. If you're going to watch a film that's been a book and you've read the book, the film is never going to be as good. Case in point, Girl on the Train. Terrible film, great book.
And for me, Gone Girl is on a par with that.
Really? I still haven't read the Gone Girl book, and I will read it because I'll probably enjoy it more doing it that way round.
No, there's no point when you know what happens at the end.
Oh, what do you think that kids shouldn't read Romeo and Juliet at school because they know what happens at the end?
No, but when the film has a twist, it's a different story.
I don't think so. I think you can still enjoy it. I saw it in Florida when I was on holiday with my friend, and we were torn between going in and seeing this or Interstellar. And we literally tossed a coin, and thank God we found Gone Girl, because I don't think I would have liked to have sat through that in the cinema.
I think I watched Interstellar at home and it was really hard going.
I mean, maybe in that respect it would have been better to see it in the cinema, because I would have had to have concentrated rather than kind of looking around the room and playing on my phone and everything, but it was a hard graft, that film, whereas Gone Girl didn't seem anywhere near the length it actually was.
I think they did drag it out a bit too much.
You think?
Yeah, of course, my other issue is I'm not a massive Ben Affleck fan.
I'm not like a huge fan, but some people have like a real dislike to him, and I just find him to be completely fine. I won't rush out to see a film because he was in it, but I also, it wouldn't bother me. He's fine. I'll tell you what, a really good film that he was in, Argo.
I don't know, Argo's a bit more of an ensemble piece, whereas this one he's a bit front and centre.
She was good though.
Yeah, she was good.
British, so she's one of us. Nice, isn't it?
Yeah, Rosamund something.
Pike.
That's it, Pike.
Okay, so you didn't enjoy it, but you liked the book.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. If I hadn't have read the book, I probably would have enjoyed it for what it was.
No, because it was a genuine twist.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't see... I mean, the twist is, kind of midway, really, isn't it? And neither of us saw the twist coming. We were just like, oh, my God. Because you can do that in American cinemas. Here's the thing. In American cinemas, you can express all kinds of emotion when you're watching a film because they do the same.
Do they still clap at the end?
Yeah. Watching a film in America is truly mental. I remember watching one of the Die Hards, I think it was Die Hard 4 in New York, and it was a sold-out show. It was absolutely packed. And each time, like, Bruce did something, they were like, "Go Bruce!" and literally shouting it, "Go Bruce!" It was really weird. Really weird.
They must find it really interesting when they come to the UK and we don't even move. When you go, I think, was it in Thailand? Yeah, was it? I think it's Thailand. When I went to the cinema, they stand up and you have to stand up for the king before the film starts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I think that I seem to remember my uncle telling me something similar used to happen here. That like they did like the national anthem here.
Oh yeah, they used to back in the day. Yeah.
Yeah, in the old days.
And those were the days when you used to get 2 films for...
Oh, yeah. You used to get 2 films. You used to get a B movie, didn't you, on first?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not old enough to remember this. This is tales from our relatives, isn't it?
But my grandparents were always telling me that, how back in the day you used to get 2 films for, I don't know, 2 shillings, or I don't know, I've made that up, but,
That's something really cool, actually. My uncle, his mum, used to play the piano in the cinema during the silent movies.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah. And she wasn't given any music. She just used to have to react to what was going on the screen. So she had to watch the screen and, if there was something dramatic happening, she'd change it to dramatic music and stuff. And I think that's amazing.
That is very cool. That's a really good job to have had.
Let's head over to the TV guide of the day. And I'm going to go first on this one because you went first last time. And I'm going to pick Room 101. So for anyone that isn't familiar with this, I don't know if it's in the States, Room 101. They must have done some kind of version of it, I would think. But over here, it's currently hosted by Frank Skinner. I think Paul Merton used to do it. And it's where a celebrity turns up and says 3 things they would like to put into Room 101, which are basically 3 kind of irrational things they don't like. Like no one puts, war or anything like that in there. That goes without saying. It's more things that irritate you that go in there, isn't it?
Now, here's an interesting thing, because obviously it's from 1984, which is my favourite book.
Yes.
It was the kind of their irrational fears. So it was like rats for what's his name. So I wonder if that's a given, that if it's Room 101, it's an irrational fear, as opposed to it could be a reasonable fear. I don't know where I'm going with this, but...
Neither do I. But we're not really... But in the show, they don't tend to talk about fears. It's more things that irritate them, isn't it?
I know, but that's the thing. Like...
What is the thing, Zoe?
I don't know. Well, I don't know.
Well, Big Brother, the reality show, came from your favourite book as well, didn't it?
Yeah, it did, but that's
But that's evolved way beyond what it originally was in the book. So I guess in the same way this has evolved.
Yeah, you make a good point, Carla, you do.
Thank you. I was thinking we could talk about what we would put in room 101. Well, we probably will be asked on there because we're bound to be celebrities within the next few months. So, spoiler alert, here's what we would put in there.
If we were asked to go on there, do you think we'd be asked to go on there as like a duo? Because I'm just thinking, if they asked for only one of us, it's an absolute given it would be you.
Why would that be?
Well, A, because you'd be able to come up with the things better than I would. B, because you are the creator of Britpod scene and therefore
Got a bit of clout around me. I'm a big deal around these parts.
they're right, Danny Dyer.
No, I think what I would suggest is we share out any celebrity appearances because I really want to do Desert Island Discs. So I must insist I get that. And if that means
No, you can have that.
you can do room 101 then, that's only fair.
You can do Tipping Point because Ben
Oh.
Shepherd really annoys me.
It irritates me too.
All right, we'll decline Tipping Point.
We're going to have to turn it down, guys.
Yeah. But I'll do the Chase. I'd be better on the Chase. That's an absolute given.
Okay.
You'd be better on Desert Island Discs. I'd be better on the Chase.
I don't know how to take that.
We got to play to our strengths, Carla. We got to play to our strengths.
Okay, all right. Fair enough. You can go on the Chase. Back to room 101. I would put people in coffee shops that ask for lattes, not lattes.
Yeah.
I honestly can't tell you how angry it makes me when I hear someone ask for a latte. You have no business being in a coffee shop if you're pronouncing it latte. No business. I've had this discussion so many times with various friends, and we all agree that if we worked in a coffee shop, we would point blank refuse to serve anyone that asked for a latte.
Well, how would you get away with that?
I'd make them stand there until they said it correctly. I keep saying, sorry, what?
So say that again. Sorry, no, sorry, we don't serve that here. What was it you wanted?
I don't know what a latte is. What's a latte? And then when they eventually put, I say, oh, a latte. You meant a latte. Sorry.
Yeah, that's not passive aggressive at all.
Well, no, and I shouldn't be working in a coffee shop, obviously, but thankfully I don't. I just there is some, and that is what this is perfect for. It's for irrational things that really irritate you. But I honestly think it goes as far as I couldn't be friends with someone that pronounced it latte. Anyway, what's yours?
I don't know. My general feeling on life, this is very broad. I hate it when things don't work how they're supposed to work. For example, today, the lift in my block of flats doesn't work how it's supposed to work. And it irritates the hell out of me.
What's wrong with it then?
You press a button and then you have to wait a good 15 seconds before the doors even close. Say I'm getting in on the ground floor and I press button to go up to the third floor. And there's someone else that gets in and they press the button to go to the second floor. When they get to the second floor, we will be at the second floor for days before it moves up to the third floor.
So the lift in your block of flats would go into room 101.
Yeah, but I can't put it in room 101 because I also need it.
Yeah, I'm thinking that maybe I should take room 101 when we're offered it. Cause
Yeah,
I think we're just going to pop you on the Chase and be done with it. And I'll do all the other appearances.
No. I can do others, just not room 101. You're far wittier than me, and I wouldn't be able to stand my own with Frank Skinner. I think it must be, and I've heard some comedians say this actually, how stressful it must be being on a panel show, like especially if you're a comedian, having to be witty.
Oh, I wouldn't do something like 8 out of 10 cats or something because you've got no hope against Jimmy Carr. You've got no hope. I think they're very brave people that go anywhere near Jimmy Carr.
Yeah.
You could make or break you, Jimmy Carr.
Yeah.
Having said that, I quite enjoyed it when we went to see him. We've seen him a couple of times, haven't we?
Have we?
Yeah, we've seen him in Croydon and we've seen him in Brixton.
Did we? When did we see?
I'm glad that you enjoyed your 2 evenings with me.
I remember Croydon. I don't remember seeing him in Brixton. Was it me? Are you sure it was me?
Of course it was you. I haven't seen Jimmy Carr with anyone else. I don't know anyone else that likes him.
I mean, you could tell me all kinds of things and I just trust you that it's true.
Right. Anyway, so we might put your lift in, we might not, we don't know. But either way, what's your TV guide pick?
Oh, so my pick is Ready, Steady, Cook.
Ah.
So, for those who don't know Ready, Steady, Cook, the premise is that people off the street come in with a bag of food and team up with a celebrity chef. And the celebrity chef has to work with that person to make a dish with that bag of food.
But it can only be to the value of, I think it was £5 at the time.
£5, yeah. And it has to be made in half an hour, I think it is. Is the show was half an hour?
Mm-hmm. Didn't it used to be green peppers versus red tomatoes?
Oh, yeah. So then the audience had to vote which dish they liked at the end by either holding up the green pepper or the red tomato sign that they had.
That's it.
And did the person win anything?
Didn't they win like a spatula or an apron or something?
Oh, yeah, I think it might be an apron. Anyway, so I really liked this programme until I spoke to someone who went to a recording of it.
Oh.
Have I not told you this?
No.
So, spoiler for people who don't want their memories of Ready, Steady, Cook to be tainted. It was really impressive that the chef would literally see this bag of food and apparently immediately come up with a dish. Oh no, apparently they see the bag of food beforehand.
Oh.
So they already know what's in it. And it takes way longer than half an hour for them to cook the dish.
No.
Yeah. However, I did like a bit of Ainsley.
Well, Ainsley was the second presenter, wasn't it? Originally Fern Britton.
Oh, it was. And I did like her as well.
Because her husband, Phil Vickery, was one of the chefs on it.
Yeah, didn't she meet him on there? Or did she meet him on This Morning?
Possibly. Yeah, they used to do This Morning as well together, so I'm not sure, but she was good on it. And then Ainsley was a chef, and then he took over as a presenter.
Yes, you're right. He did.
It was a tea time show, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was about, wasn't it 4:30?
No, I think it was 5, and then Neighbours would come on at 5:30, as I recall. So I remembered it more for being earlier than 2014. I was quite surprised it was still on.
I've just looked it up. Wait, what? We're doing 2014?
Yeah.
Wikipedia said it only went until 2010.
Well, it must be a repeat then.
Oh, fair enough. So we can be found on Facebook, Instagram or Twitter at Number One Rerun, or you can send us an email at numberonererun@hotmail.com. We are ready and waiting for your messages.
You sound like Babe Station.
Oh yeah, that's wrong, didn't it?
So basically any date from 1978 until present day you can send in to us. And just a reminder, we are also the proud creators of Britpod Scene, which is a collective of British podcasts. If you go to Britpod Scene on Twitter, everything we retweet are the shows that we endorse. We hope you're happy with the episode, Matt, and your son was. We don't have your son's name.
Oh, maybe he didn't want to share his name.
Fair enough.
Some people are private, aren't they?
Not us.
No. Leave it all hanging out on show.
So thank you very, very much for listening, and we will see you in the next one.
Thank you. Bye.
Number One Rerun podcast is part of Britpod Scene, an independent network of uniquely British podcasts that's always growing. Check out BritpodScene.com or follow Britpod Scene on Twitter to find out more.